Hello everyone, and a special thank you to Dr. Sean in Prospect, Kentucky. This is Divine 9 Eyewear, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. I am the hardest working optician in the industry. My name is C. More Better, but call me Mo Better, because I'm have you seen Mo Better looking Mo Better and show everyone else how I bring that loving feeling back to glasses when I show you Dr. Sean's Omega Phi Psi Eyewear that I personally designed. It's got the Omega emblem, or the three Greek letters on each side of the temple. It has the gold Q, old gold Q on the end of one temple and 1911 on the other. It is in royal purple and old gold. I have the old gold and purple. That way you can match in the outfit. And yeah, those young guys who still like to wear the camo, I got those for you too, and it still has the same Greek letters. The camo blocks it out, but all frames are the same. Now I can do these in prescription or non-prescription, and take a 20 to 25 minute journey with me. Dr. Sean is a radiologist, and I thought he would appreciate it to see how his glasses are being made. But of those who don't need prescription, these come with a polarized gray with the gold mirror, so you're matching. Polarized green with the purple mirror and the old gold. Same for the camo, polarized green with the purple mirror and the camo color. Now this frame comes in three sizes. You've seen the three colors. The three sizes are 52, 55, and 58, and I'll get to that in a minute. But let's go ahead and get the lenses started cutting. So I'm going to pop out his polarized lenses. I'm going to put the frame into the tracing element of my blocker. I need to program the shape into the computer, so years from now, should he ever need new lenses, I can mail them right to his home and he's going to see how to install them. But I'm sure his hand-eye coordination is impeccable with his profession. So I'm going to use a barcode scanner and scan this in. He is Secret Agent 5351, or as I like to call it, installment 5351 of my 350 million volume series of making a pair of glasses for everyone in America. So spoiler alert, stay tuned for episode number 350 million, because something wacky's going to happen. Okay, I'll be honest with you, I'm going to need a snack and then lay down and take a nap after making 350 million pairs of glasses. So I'm going to hit the start button. This little stylus is going to pop up. It's going to go around, trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at Divine 9 Eyewear, where you get one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription lenses with the purchase of any frame, and a few bad jokes thrown in. So once that is done, I need to enter some measurement values. Everybody wants to know, how does it know what shape lens to cut? That's why this is a CAD system that traces the inside of both lenses. So in just a moment, that shape is going to pop up. I'm going to move on to the next screen. I need to enter his pupillary distance. That's from the bridge of your, hey, let's bring Carl out, since these are Rx Zeiss lenses. From the center of your bridge to the center of your pupil, that is the pupillary distance. So don't worry, we're going to get back to you. So the computer starts at 32.5. I'm going to go hit the plus button here at the bottom, go up in 0.5 millimeter increments till I get to 39. I want to raise the optical center up to 23. We're going to go 2.5 millimeters above the center and cut it at 23 millimeters. Now I need to take the unique thing about Dr. Sean, he has the same power in each eye, -1 1/4. So I can't go wrong. -1 1/4, -1 1/4. There is no right or left here until just a moment. But I'm going to take the lens out of the packet, place it into the optical center. This looks like a microscope, but it is my Marco 101 lensometer. It lets me read the power of lenses before and after cutting them. I just want to make sure everything's on 0. Put the power drum on -1 1/4. Let me get out my old flashlight. Does this thing still work? Okay, it does. So I'm going to place the lens until I find the optical center of the lens. Now, if these had astigmatism, you would have two curves on your eye. One curve this way, one curve 90 degrees away, which is actually a stronger power, and it's how we get to that because he has the same power in his lens. So literally I can rotate it anywhere as long as I have the center, and he's going to see just fine. So I'm going to put that on there. I move this arm back and forth. It has 3 contacts on there with ink. and it puts the dot in the center. I want to mark this one R. Place it onto the platform. Do the same thing for the left. Find the optical center of the lens. Darken that one just a little bit so you can see that at home. Label this one L. L is Latin for not right, which I can identify with because I ain't right either. So the other thing I like to do, he's going to get all the packaging. I'm going to highlight his prescription. -1 1/4. Photofusion polycarbonate. Photofusion gray. And of course these are aspheric lenses. I'll explain that too. And he has Duravision Chrome anti-glare coating. Let's do the same thing. Aspheric gray, polycarbonate photofusion gray. Highlight the prescription, Duravision Chrome. Now, if you guys missed any of that, let me recap. Oh, it's a bad joke, but you'll be telling it tomorrow. And in fact, let's go ahead and label this one the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the left. So, this is a block, or as I like to call it, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens for when it's cutting, so I'm going to take 2 double-sided adhesive stickers. The black side is the sticky side. I'm going to stick it onto the first block. Do the same thing now for the second one. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Now on the back is a silver button. That is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice. The first time is to attach itself to another magnet here in the block. And I'm going to line everything up over that black dot. That is lined up perfectly. I like to minimize to make sure that the lens is large enough to cut out, and it is. I'm going to hit this button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the lens that ain't right. The left lens. It shall be known for the rest of this video. So, take the left lens, place it on there, place that block dot. Now, the blue cross is the geometric center of the frame. His eye is just above that in inset. Oh, by the way, hey, I'm glad I caught that. We need to change the pupillary distance to 37.5, so now I'm going to hit the minus button until we get to 37.5, same optical center height. So just like the crosshairs of a scope, I measure vertically and horizontally, so the optical centers, that black dot is going to sit directly in front of his pupil. So I'm going to place that to there. Kids, you see how I do that? Kids, pay attention. You see what I'm doing? I don't want to do this again. Pay attention, pay attention. All right, so the block comes down and places the arm comes down, places the block on the left lens. So this is the tracer, this is the blocker, this is what's known as the edger. It weighs 200 pounds. It costs $40,000. I recommend everyone go out, buy their own, put it on your kitchen counter, and you can cut your own lenses at home, and you will need this guy with the 2 thumbs and bad jokes to do it for you. The actual cutting wheel is this diamond crusted wheel on the left. That's what's going to grind the lens down from this size to this size. This wheel in the center that has that little valley or channel, that's what's going to put the V-shaped bevel of the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. So now the magnet is going to do its job a second time. It's going to hold it in place in the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I just don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. Did I mention free bad jokes for the purchase of every frame? So I'm going to wake up the computer. It is job ID number 5351. 5351. So I've transferred the data from here to here. These are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index plastic, or Trivex, I would select that, but we'll stay on polycarbonate. I'm not going to polish the edge of the lens. I am going to move the bevel forward, and I'll show you that. But I'm going to hit the start button. Oh, I should have cleaned the door. I should have cleaned the door if I knew I had company coming over. Okay, hang on. Let's hit stop. I can do that real quick. I can do it real quick. Where's my screwdriver? There it is. All right, hang on, hang on. Did I mention this was live? So I'm going to clean the door so you can see what's going on the inside. All right, let me clean this up. Let me clean this up. So, while I'm cleaning this, I can mention that I've been in the optical business for 25 years. I manage an ophthalmology practice, and I'm not a musician, but one day I woke up and realized I'm just a cover band. I'm putting lenses in other people's songs. and I wanted to write my own song, so I came out with Christian Eyewear. And for anyone who met me at the 2022 Omega Phi Psi Conclave in Charlotte, that's what I was wearing. Alright, let me get some of this. Let me get the trash out of there. Alright, I'm going to put this back in. Put this back in. I actually have someone, Secret Agent 2821, who always comments when my door gets dirty, so he'll be happy that I've cleaned it live. I've never done this on a video. Out of my 1,500 videos on YouTube, I've never done this live before. So now we'll hit the start button. The clean door closes, the clamp shuts, as you can see. Door defect, hang on. Did I not tighten it all the way? Did I not tighten it? Let's start. There we go. So now two white styluses, formerly white styluses, are going around tracing the shape of the lens to make sure it's large enough to cut for the shape. And the second time it's going around is measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel, except I'm manually overriding that. I'm going to place the bevel on the first 1 millimeter of the lens so it fits better in the frame. And then let me hit stop again. There's something else I wanted to do. I'm going to take this lens down a little bit. I may have to take it down some more, but I know from experience I need to take it down just ever so slightly, 0.05 of a millimeter, so it fits in there perfectly. Now I hit the start button. The cutting wheel starts to spin. Now the water you see in the background, the light flickering, that is water to catch the optical sawdust as it comes off the lens. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, meaning that no water sprays onto them while they're cutting. Now plastic, high index plastic and Trivex cut wet, so water sprays on for the duration of the cutting cycle, but water will spray onto these polycarbonate lenses, but only for the last 20 seconds to wash away that optical debris called swarf. Now, as I mentioned, the lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is virtually unbreakable. These are high-impact ballistics grade lenses. It's the same lens material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from shrapnel and from flying debris. It has 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin, so this is permanent sunscreen, unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that have to be reapplied every couple hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun. This is permanent and never needs to be reapplied. So the own check and balance system, it's measuring, the tracers are measuring again where to place the bevel that I assigned where to do it, is dropping down onto the wheel. And it's going around and putting a V-shaped bevel. Your lenses were flat. Now it's putting a knife-like edge on the lens. A very dull knife like myself, but a knife-like edge nonetheless. But these lenses are so sharp that Dr. Sean, if you were to take these lenses out of your frame, it would cut through a piece of wet tissue, providing you soak the tissue in a bucket of water overnight, then using all your strength, you will be able to cut through that tissue. So water is spraying onto the lens, which tells me it's in the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle. In just a moment, another wheel will move into from the foreground. It's going to put the safety bevel on the back surface of the lens. So there's no really rough edges, but it's going to go around and really fine tune and take the smoothness, any rough edges off the back surface, and I'll explain why in just a moment. It's not needed for the front of the lens because that's not going to protrude from the front. But as I apply force on the lens to mount it into the frame, if it's too large, I don't want any rough edges to mar the surface of the frame, giving it a blemish or affecting the cosmetic look. Now I'm going to open this door with my mind. You like that? I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I can. I just have to stare at it for a couple hours and then I can get it to melt. It's true. Scientists have observed that phenomenon and they cannot figure out why I can melt ice with my mind faster in the summertime than I can in the winter. If you think you know why I can do that, write it down on a $100 bill and mail it to me, and I will read your answer on the air. You don't even have to include your name. I'll recognize your handwriting. So remember, write your answer on a $100 bill and mail it to me. All right, so I have the side I'm working on closest to me. I'm not trying to reach across. My feet are roughly shoulder width, elbows touching my side, arms bent at a right angle. I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corner using my thumbs, press down the nose, and it snaps right in. Now again, if this were larger, I would take it down some more, but again, this is a perfect fit, and that's why I smooth out any rough edges on the frame. So I'm going to flip that over to L, place the lens into the Charles, the Chuck, the Chucky baby, the Chuckarama, or today I'm calling it the Dr. Sean. Hit the start button. The door closes, the clamp shuts. The lens is going to be traced by two formerly white styluses. I need to get in there and scrub those too. It's going to go around and trace the shape of the left lens, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame on the first go around. The second time it's measuring the thickness to know where to place the bevel that I have assigned. Again, I did the first 1 millimeter. I'm going to hit the start button, and everything's going to start before. I'm going to take this block off, pull the sticker away, use my hand-approved drying method, step back and see if I can hit a three-pointer. Oh, nailed it. I called that. I called it. I'm going to add to my sticker collection here, so you give an idea of how many pairs of glasses I've cut. So I'm going to come back down here, place the lens into the lensometer. Let me darken this so you guys can follow at home. Place this into my dusty and trusty Marco 101 lensometer. There is a reticle here that I'm going to be looking through this eyepiece. And of course, I don't even have to change the lensometer because there's no astigmatism to correct for. So this power drum starts at 0, goes into the black plus, magnification for hyperopes, the red minus for myopes. And going away from 0, where we passed 1, and then a quarter step along the way, 150, 175, 2. So he's on the 5th step of a rung. The units of measurement for prescription start at 0, which we in the industry call Plano, which people in Texas call a city. But it starts at, in quarter increments, goes up 5 steps, 5 rungs, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, 1 1/4. So he needs 5 steps of far-sighted correction. With his glasses off, he can see up close great, but he needs 5 steps of correction to be able to see far away. And that's what we've done now. Had he had astigmatism correction, I would spin the wheel again towards more minus to figure out if, you know, if everything is lined up in the same meridian. But we don't need to do that for now. So he did get the Zeiss Photofusion Gray, which I'll demonstrate later, but he also got the Duravision Chrome anti-glare. Now, anti-glare is 3 features in one. The first feature is it reduces glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, to overhead fluorescent lights and such. The second feature is it minimizes reflections, so when someone's looking at you, they don't see their reflection in your glasses. Like on this frame, you can see the overhead fluorescent light. So, and millennials love it, so when you take a selfie, you don't see the flash or the camera in the lens. The third feature, which is the practical side, it comes with the industry's hardest scratch coating. The machine that applies the anti-glare coating costs over $1 million. It takes over 24 hours to vaporize 8 different coatings onto your lens, and your lens has to go through an acid bath and then dry between coatings. So, Dr. Sean, I want you to open this door with your mind this time. Concentrate, concentrate. Hey, pretty good. First day on the job and you did it. For those of you who believe in telekinesis, I want you to raise my hand. Wait, it must be real. Okay, alright. Did I mention free bad jokes with the purchase of every pair? Now you're saying at home, wait, isn't this guy supposed to be professional? By the way, I make sure to clean off any residual optical sawdust with my thumbnail. That's why I can't have nice thumbnails. And I drop it onto the table. Once it's on the table, I collect it neatly into one pile, and then I wipe it on the floor. My wife hates that. And you film yourself. But I remind all you kids out there watching, I went to college to learn how to make a mess. So kids, if you want to grow up and make a mess, stay in school. Yes, that's me shaking my head up and down saying, stay in school. So we're going to see if it fits in the left lens on the first time around. Again, I have the side I'm working on closest to me. I'm not trying to reach across. So years from now, Dr. Sean, well, we'll get to that. Tuck it in at the outside corners. Push down. Oh, come on now. Push down the nose. It snaps right in. Let's take the block off. Pull that away. Use my hand-approved drawing method. All right, I'm going to go for the George Gervin finger roll. Dr. Sean remembers that. Do that little George Gervin there. So we have that there. But let's go ahead and demonstrate before I get back over here to finish the final inspection. For anyone who wants to change the lenses out in one of my frames, all I do is tell you to, let's bring him in. Let's bring him in. Thumb your nose at the idea of changing the lenses out, literally, with the thumb at the nose. To take the lenses out, you're going to point it downward. Now I place my thumb at the nose. The reason why I press there, this is the thickest portion of the frame. This is the thinnest, a little thicker over here and over there, but I like to always apply pressure right here. So I'm going to place my thumb there. I'm going to grab the lens by the other side so it doesn't fall on the floor. Place my thumb against the other one. With this hand, I'm going to torque the frame a little bit. You're not going to hurt the frame. You're not going to hurt your unbreakable lenses. Just push down and it pops right out. To put new lenses in, you rotate the frame upward. Tuck the lens in at the outside corner first. Then again, with the thumbs at the nose, press down, it snaps right in. This is Italian-made acetate from Mazzucchelli, a 6th generation Italian family that makes the highest grade optical plastics for frames. German Monel hinges, 7-barrel hinge, and that's why I can give you a 1-year warranty knowing these frames are going to last for 10 years. Now when I say 7-barrel hinge, I modeled this frame after the Ray-Ban 2132 New Wayfarer. I wore this frame for 10 years with my prescription in it. I told my manufacturer, take the shield off the front. Don't put Ray-Ban on the side. Put my brand, which actually at the time was Christian Eyewear. And they charged me for the mold, and now I can put whatever I want on the outside or inside. So, and one more modification that I made because I was new and nervous that Ray-Ban would come after me. This has a 3-barrel hinge. 3 barrels, meaning that there's 2 on this temple piece, 1 on the frame front. So 2 on the temple, 1 on the frame front. You put a screw in there. That's a 3-barrel hinge. This has 7 barrels, 4 on the temple, 3 on the frame front. So you have 4 here, 3 on the frame front. You put the screw in and that thing is built like a tank. It is locked into the strongest hinge you can put on a pair of glasses. So let's come down here and do the final inspection. Make sure this is at -1 1/4. -1 1/4. Now, one of the second to last step is measure the pupillary distance. Let's turn the card around. So I'm going to measure from this black dot to this one, and I'm going to get 76.5. So that is cut perfectly. I want to 76.5. The optical center is 23. So now I'm going to measure vertically. I've already measured horizontally just now. I'm going to measure vertically, and not to the bottom of the lens, but to the middle of the plastic, because again, the lens goes halfway into the frame. I'm getting 23 millimeters. 23 millimeters. Man, the kit is good. And what I was joking around before, you expect me to be a professional, and I am. I've been doing this for 25 years. I joke around. I take my work very seriously, but I take myself as a joke. Now, anyone who's not professional, better act professional to try and fool as many people as you can. But since I know what I'm doing, I can have fun with my work. Now, the last thing I want to do is get this in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance. 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set it on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. Flip it over, press down, there is no wobble. Now when I say wobble, I'm going to take mine off and press down on the counter. But they wobble on the counter, but they sit level to me. 80% of people who have one ear higher than the other, and I forget what percentage have one ear closer in. But that's why mine sit level on the counter, but and then level on me. Or not level on the counter, but level on me. Let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing, yo. Flip that over, press down, close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, that neither temple is askew. Check the tension on each hinge. If one were looser, I would tighten it. If one were tighter, I would loosen it so it's matching. But that's it. The last thing I want to do is clean your lenses. And when I clean them, I want to mention that there's free shipping anywhere in the US. But should you try these on and they not fit perfectly, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. So just stop by your local place and just tell them if it's too loose or too tight or high on one side. They'll adjust them for you. It only takes about 30 seconds to a minute to adjust a pair of glasses perfectly. They can use hot air, or some people have glass beads. Now I'm going to bring Carl over here. This is Carl from Rx Zeiss. That's what I've nicknamed him. This is what the glasses look like while they are clear. He's got a smaller head, that's why these go back further. But I'm going to go ahead and activate them. I'm going to expose them to a strong burst of UV light. Now, as you can see, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for the lenses to darken, a little bit longer when you come back inside. 45 seconds to a minute, minute 15. Now, Dr. Sean and everyone else, pay attention. This is important. All photochromic lenses will get dark on day 1 and continue to darken every day for the first couple weeks they're exposed to the sun. After that, they will work for years at maximum performance. The only time they won't work perfectly if you're behind the windshield of a car. Your windshield absorbs the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays that would cause your dashboard to crack from sitting in the sun all day, and that's why they don't turn dark in a car. Now, if you have a convertible or a motorcycle, yes, they will darken. Look at that, look at that. And let me put that on here so you can see. Hey, come on, get out of here. Someone's trying to crash my video. So, the other thing is they're temperature sensitive, meaning they will get darker when it's 85 and below than they will when it's 95 and above. But I remind everyone, when it's 100 degrees outside, you're miserable, they're miserable. Nobody or nothing works 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. We all work much better when it cools off. Now, having said that, get out of here. You're cramping my style. I don't need a partner. There is the Photofusion Extra Gray that will get darker in hotter weather. But as I mentioned, when it's 100 degrees, you're miserable, they're miserable. Nobody or nothing works 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. We all work much better when it cools off. Now, for those who live in hot climates or want the darkest lens possible, there is the Photofusion Extra Gray. Now, this frame sells for $149 complete with one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses. The Photofusion Gray, the self-darkening tint, adds $99, and you can see how fast they turn back. This newest generation from Zeiss adds $99. The Duravision Chrome anti-glare is $69. Now, of course, free shipping anywhere in the U.S., and all prices are tax-free because I'm in North Carolina. North Carolina considers eyeglasses a medical device, so I do not have to charge tax on any medical devices. So everyone else on the internet who has to charge tax, I don't. So you keep that money in your pocket and do something nice with it. So let's see, where was I at? So again, yeah, so I've been managing an ophthalmology practice. I've been cutting lenses for all these frames, and I'm not a musician, but one day I woke up and realized I'm just a cover band. And I wanted to write my own songs, and so I did my Christian eyewear. I showed one of my patients who's a Delta, and she said, hey, can you do HBCs? And I was like, sure, I guess I could, in the same colors, because she sells them bracelets at the shows and online. But then 5 seconds later, she said, forget that, do my sorority. And I said, well, she's a Delta. And I said, how many people, skeptically, how many people in your sorority? And she said 500,000, and my jaw dropped. I said, okay, now you have my attention. So she got the very first Delta frame that came out. I have to give blessings to receive blessings. That's how it works. But that's the story of me. I'm going to keep designing more and more frames. In fact, hang on, where did I do with it? Hang on. For those who I didn't mention, this is the Versace $21.99. By the way, there's a link below the symbols on the website. There'll be a link for Polo, for Ray-Ban, Oakley, Cazal, Versace, Prada, Coach. So I'm cutting lenses for this frame, the Prada, excuse me, let's try this again, the Versace $21.99. I'm going to turn this into the next, just like I copied this pair of Ray-Bans. By the way, this frame, the Ray-Ban 2132, let's get back to this before we move on to the next. Parliamentary procedure, old business before new. You can go into any store in the world that sells Ray-Ban, the 2132 New Wayfarer. It comes in 52, 55, and the 58 eye size. They come with sunglass lenses in them. The Ray-Ban does. Try them on and you'll see the size, what it looks like, the weight, the feel, and then you can buy my Divine 9 eyewear. I designed these for you and mine because I was thinking, how would you know it? Now, I met Dr. Sean at the 2022 conclave, but anyone else seeing this video, who hasn't got a chance to try them on, try on the Ray-Ban 2132 in either the 52, 55, or 58 eye size, and you'll know exactly which one to buy from me. So this one, again, the Versace 2199. This is going to be the next Omega Phi Psi frame. I'm going to do this in purple and gold. This is in black and silver. I'm going to do this in purple and gold. I'm going to take the Medusa off the front, and I'm going to put the Omega Q in gold on the side. I'll have the 1911 here, and maybe the OPP on the other temple. But these are going to be nice. I'm going to make these. These come now in the 56 eye size. I'm going to make a 61 to 63 for all the big guys out there, which there plenty are. A lot of the Omega Psi Phis are athletes in school. And if they're like me, they put on a few pounds ever since college. But I'm going to make these in this size and larger so that they're guaranteed to fit. And I'm going to make the temples even longer on the larger size. So that's coming down the pike. I tell you what, this is a good time to mention to subscribe to my, if you like this, subscribe to my YouTube channel. First, give me the thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, click the red box below that says subscribe, then click the bell icon to get notified every time there's a new frame and lens combination. And that way you'll be notified when this frame comes out in purple and gold. I'll do a black and gold. I might even do a camo and black. This metal piece will be in black. Or tell me what colors you'd like to see this in with the Omega Psi Phi. So there's some there was an older gentleman at my table who said he was very conservative, wanted this frame in black. He said a gold Omega emblem here would be okay, but he wanted just the basic black because he's professional. He wants to, doctors, lawyers, scientists may not be able to wear it every day to work. Behind the ears is fine because no one's going to see that on you. If they're that close behind your ears, you've got other problems. Now, I was mentioning this frame to someone else, and Mr. Conservative all of a sudden said, okay, I'll wear this. I'll wear this frame with the gold on there, as shiny as it is, and purple and gold, black and gold, or the camo, or you tell me what colors you'd like to see it in. I can put the lightning bolt here. I can even put the dog, the top dog here, but Mr. Bishop, who's the branding and marketing director for Omega Phi Phi, says I cannot use any social media to advertise if the dog is there because it's not an official emblem for Omega Phi Phi. And so, okay, no dog going on the front. I can put the Q, but again, that might be too much, the Omega Q in a raised metal, just like this where you can feel it. That may be too much for conservative people, so I'm going to put it on the side. In the future, I may come out with another emblem with the lightning bolt there. If you want me to do that, I can do that. Just give me ideas. I'm just learning. I've just started at this, so tell me what kind of frames you want and I'll make it happen. It takes 3 to 5 months to have new frames made, but I will do that. Again, fortunately, I can live off my day job, so that make sure that battery's off. So all the money I make from the website, I can reinvest back into the company and deliver more and more frames to come. So I believe I've covered everything. If you have any questions, go to the Contact Us page of the website. You can call us directly at 919-590-0905. Follow me on all my social, did I say you can email me directly at d9eyewear@gmail.com. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at d9eyewear. Copy and share this video with your other fraternity brothers who can see this. And nobody wants to be a starving artist. This is one of my first attempts at designing frames, and again, I've been doing this for 25 years. I know the problems with eyewear, so I made sure to have the highest quality German metal hinges, the highest quality Italian Mazzucchelli acetate plastic, so that these things will last you for years, wear well, be comfortable. I don't sell junk. As I mentioned, the frame starts at $149 complete with single vision lenses. I can do the traditional classic line style bifocal for $199 complete. And I wear the Zeiss digital freeform progressive lenses. That is $249 complete. When I say complete, you're wearing it with the invisible bifocal for $249, frame and lenses. You can't even go to Walmart and get their cheap house brand. Well, I don't want to say cheap. It looks bad to say something negative about someone else. You can't even buy their least expensive progressive lens for your own frames for $249. And you're going to get a premium Zeiss progressive for for $249 complete with the frame. So that's it. Again, you can leave a question or comment in the comment section below. I'll have a link at the end in the description for this frame. I can get you, if you want other brands of eyewear, you'll see those on my website. There's, you know, Ray-Ban, Oakley have 1,000 frames. We're just now getting all the Prada and Coach for all the sorority sisters. If there's a frame you've seen that's not listed on the website, just contact us. Email us. We'll get it on the website for you that day. So, that is it. Thanks again for watching. Dr. Sean, thank you for the purchase of the Omega Phi Phi in size 58 in purple and gold with your Zeiss Photofusion gray lenses with Duravision Chrome anti-glare. You're going to get the Zeiss cleaning cloth, my premium microfiber cleaning cloth, the hard shell case from Omega Phi Phi, and other colors available for those who want them, all different sizes. Again, just reach out to me should you have any questions. And now, hopefully, everyone else has gotten a chance to see how I bring that loving feeling back to glasses. Thank you.